Hey guys, Kawaii Critic here to share my thoughts on Regular Show. I thought this was a good opportunity to talk about the show since it does seem to be wrapping up and also be coming back with its next installment, or whatever it's going to be referred to as, Regular Show in Space. So, Regular Show was nothing but regular, that is for sure. Every episode, or most episodes, included some bit of randomness, and things got crazy. And over time, at first I didn't really get it, and the show just didn't appeal to me at first, but after a while bit, it really got into me, and yeah, it was enjoyable. And we started following these characters and they started getting into other things, and one of those things ended up being a romance between Mordecai and one of the female bird character, Margaret. And that went on for a while, and there was like the story arc with her, and then there was this story arc with this intern named Thomas who was like the spy or something, and then there was the story arc where the whole thing with Margaret wasn't working out anymore, so they broke up, and then there was this new girlfriend that Mordecai had. Um, the cloud girl, I can't remember her name off the bat, but um, yeah, and then the whole thing with the test experiment going on, and that leads them apparently going into space where there was this final test, and then the main test guy shot them into space. Everyone that was outside was watching, and then they left it off, and then they went off to space. And now that's where the show's gonna pick up. Regular show in space. So, what I'm hoping for is, well, based on the commercial, there is still going to be that randomness, of course, but I'm really hoping that we could start to focus a little bit more on Rigby, as they actually did bring along his girlfriend, and I actually don't remember when him and the other character became a thing. That little otter, I think she's an otter. I don't remember her name either right now, but they sort of became a thing at some point. I haven't seen every episode of Regular Show, so I apologize for that. But yeah, it was. I would hope that they would focus a little bit more on that now that they are in a new atmosphere, kind of literally, almost, I guess. Um, Anyways, the comedy has been sort of, these characters are always sort of the same characters, well, for the most part, and then they get into different scenarios that are just crazy. But there's always that whole little thing of what's the story arc, and I hope it's just that they're. I hope it's not just that they're in space and there's random space adventures. I hope there's a little bit more to it than that. Um, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, regular show in space. Looking forward to that. The show is pretty good, and other shows in Cartoon Network. I, the sort of randomness thing. That's sort of where, like, my attention was off on it for the longest time, but then it like slowly gained my attention, and it sort of holds a very similar place to me as like a show like Flapjack, like where the gross out imagery was like over the top. It was just insane how crazy that imagery was. But over time, there were some moments where it was just like, it does look creepy, but it's actually sort of funny too. So yeah. Um, as far as this goes, regular show maybe coming back to normal at some point. I don't know. Or maybe they'll end up in another place that's unfamiliar territory, and there's just gonna be more randomness in another location. It'll be interesting, to say the very least. Now, I had heard rumors that this show was gonna be canceled, which I guess technically is a little bit true. I don't know. I mean, if a show is still called, if it's still called regular show, but just in space, I don't know if that technically means that regular show by itself is canceled, or if they're just moving on, and they'll return to back to regular show at some point. But I heard other rumors about other shows that I was actually just getting into that I might talk about relatively soon. But with that being said, I'll leave this at a pretty short video, and I hope to hear some of your thoughts on regular show. And I'm Kawaii Critic, and if you like what you saw, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!